Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Asking Europeans What They Think of America. So I'm a little bit scared. I don't know what they're going to be saying. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of good things or maybe neutral things. I don't know. I think Americans get like a bad rep in Europe. I don't know, but we'll see. So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
See how the world was, you have to be in Europe, and when you want to see how the world will be, you have to go to Asia.
What was your perception of the US like before you lived there? Is there anything that you would change or like want to improve about your country? I've been in Europe for the past year, and whenever I tell people that I'm from the US, I always get one of two reactions. First is why, as in why would you leave the US to live here? People find it very strange that I would prefer to live in Europe compared to the US. But then the other reaction is it dangerous? And I have to say that that's a response that I didn't used to get 10 or 15 years ago. But in the past few years of living abroad, people have been asking me more and more about safety in the US.
Yeah.
So here in Amsterdam, I'm going to walk around a little bit and ask people their perception of the US and its citizens. What is your name?
Van de Boogaard. Ida.
Ira. And you're from the Netherlands? Where are you from originally?
I was born in Amsterdam.
Oh, born and raised.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't live here anymore.
Where do you live now?
Where does she
In
live?
the east of the country.
And
this is
have you ever
Netherlands.
been to the US before?
Once I was in New York.
Oh, yeah? What did you think of it?
New York? Oh, wonderful.
Yes?
Beautiful city, yes.
What would you say is the perception here in the Netherlands of the United States?
Oh, different like before.
Different.
Yes.
Conservative country.
Conservative country.
Yes.
What would you say was the turning point when it changed? Like your perception, did it change from positive to negative?
The circumstances with Trump. And that's kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by conservative, in which ways?
Point of view of abortion and LHBTQ.
Zero tolerance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that that's too strict?
Yes.
Yeah, compared to the Netherlands,
And
of course.
how would you describe the lifestyle here in the Netherlands?
Oh, it changed also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm 75 and in the years back after me, it was comfortable. And now it's changed a lot.
As more expensive or more crowded?
Everything. The way of...
In the city, very expensive. In the east part of the country,
That's
it's
like
less expensive.
everyone complains.
Yes, very expensive here, I've noticed.
Yes, but I was born here and I love always
Of
this
course.
town,
She's gonna love
this
it.
city.
Well, since you're from here, do you have any recommendations for us as visitors? Is there something special that you think everyone should see here in Amsterdam?
I have to say, I don't know how true it's gonna be, but I love that the interviewer that's clearly not from there is wearing gloves and they aren't, because it's like one of the most, I think, like spot a tourist situations. Like one of the easiest ways to spot a tourist is in like colder places when they're wearing gloves, because most people are so used to the cold that they don't really wear gloves unless it's like literally like it's snowy, it's like in the middle of a snowstorm, and even then a lot of people that are like from there don't even wear gloves. I just thought it was funny.
Well, for me, it's just being here because I know every place, every market,
Of course, she knows
canal,
everything.
every street. So when I'm here, just all of Amsterdam is good.
Just the atmosphere.
Yes, it's just.
I
a
love that
feeling.
you love
Well,
the
thank
city
you so much.
much.
Have a safe trip.
you.
Bye. What's your name? So we can get it.
Richard.
Oh my god, he's too
And
tall.
were you born and raised here in the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, yeah.
Have you been to the United States before?
Yes.
Where?
I've been in New York for several times. I made a trip from Washington to Miami,
Oh,
and I made a
DC?
trip on the West Coast, California, San
Love it. You've
Francisco,
traveled
Los
so much.
Angeles, San Diego.
That's where I'm from, Miami. And what did you think of the U.S.? What were your impressions there?
Well, it's a very big country, so there are a lot of impressions.
Every area is
East Coast
different.
is different from from the West Coast. My last trip was from Chicago to Miami through Louisville and the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a little bit sad. It wasn't the time that Trump was president. And I had,
So it was a few years
had a
ago.
bad feeling about that. Poor people, pessimistic environment. So since then I haven't been back.
Really?
That's a year, yeah, but it's because of Corona, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about going back again to the States, but it didn't happen yet.
Do you feel like there was a noticeable change in the attitude of Americans when you came back the last time?
No, not the attitude of Americans. Because when you're a traveler, you have very you feel welcome. That's no problem.
Yeah, because you're
It's
a
just
tourist.
your own observations how the country is. And this area was different from the East Coast or the West Coast. It's the central of
Then,
America.
yeah, Middle America is a very different place.
From both coasts.
Yeah.
That's what I discovered.
Yeah. And where else have you traveled to?
Oh, I travel. I'm retired now, so I travel a lot.
So lucky.
You're lucky that I'm in Amsterdam because I'm not much here last year.
What a lucky lifestyle.
What is your favorite country? Can you pick a favorite?
My favorite continent is Asia momenteel. I'm just back from 3 months in Vietnam and Cambodia,
a lot of time.
and I like Asia very much because my experience is when you want to see how the world was, you have to be in Europe, and when you want to see how the world will be, you have to go to Asia.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like the future of
It's
Earth.
true.
The energy and the dynamics and the most people are there they are going up, and here it stays the same or you go down.
That's so
Interesting.
interesting.
That's what I feel when I am in those countries.
You feel like the West is on the downward trajectory.
Oh my God, harsh words.
Yeah, because they are passed by especially the Asian countries like China,
It's
but
more
also
advanced.
the smaller countries like Vietnam
I
or
understand what you
Thailand
mean.
is very dynamic. Indonesia is very dynamic.
As a
Especially when it comes to
traveler, how do
technology.
you fit in when you go to countries that are so different from yours? Do you ever feel culture shock, or
I would
how do you
guess yes.
adapt to these other places?
I don't adapt. I just go there and I don't feel. Of course, you feel you see it. You experience you're in a different culture.
The
but
differences, yeah.
That's no shock. That's very pretty. It's very nice.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm traveling alone,
Oh.
and I'm not very much in talking to people. I'm looking. So that's
It's
what I
interesting,
do,
like
and
the whole,
that's
like the
very
different
interesting,
types of
and,
travelers.
to be a
watcher.
to be a spectator
I agree. That's what I do.
here in Holland.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
And for people who are coming here to Amsterdam specifically, it's a very international city. Do you feel like people from other countries can really integrate here, or is there always a kind of a division
That's
between
interesting. I would love
locals
to know.
and
Yeah.
immigrants?
Well, that's very dependent on where the people come from. When you're an American or a European from Western European or Australian, there is a lot of common ground in the cultures from all these cultures in America and Australia. They come from Europe, and that's what the language is no problem because everybody speaks English. But when you come from Africa or from Asia, maybe,
Asia, yeah.
then the gap is bigger, I think, and then you hear stories that it's more difficult to integrate.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think you would have to
great
need to ask
travels.
that to an actual immigrant. But I
What's
would
your
love to
name?
know.
My name is Avinia.
Avinia?
Davinia, yes.
Davinia.
Yes.
And where are you from?
I'm from Utrecht.
Oh.
Yeah, so not Amsterdam. Yeah.
I was going to go there this week, but it's been raining so much.
Ah, yeah.
I would think that's
wasn't that
normal
nice,
for
though.
Netherlands.
No, not at all. Have you ever been to the United States?
Yes, I've lived in New York for 1 year
Would you
in
live there?
2005.
Have you lived in any other countries as well?
In Aruba. and in Spain as well.
Okay, she's
love
lived in a
that.
lot of different places.
What inspired you to live in other countries?
To experience other cultures or other societies for longer than a couple of weeks when you're on holiday.
Yeah, of course you want you have
To
to live there
experience
to
more about
experience it.
yourself as well, and to meet new people. Yeah.
And how were your experiences? Do you feel like you achieved your goals in that respect?
I think so. I mean, you never know what would have happened if you would have not gone to those countries.
Yes.
But I do think that it has opened up my mind, my
she doesn't
view
regret it.
on things, on view on myself, that I can survive wherever I live. And that it's so nice to see how people live and interact and work in different countries.
And did you go by yourself?
I went by myself. Yeah.
Me too.
Great.
Female travelers, solo female travelers.
What are you doing in Amsterdam?
I just really like it here, so I usually come here a couple of months per year.
Okay.
But
couple
Where
of
in
months.
the States are you from?
I'm from Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you
Very
miss the
different
weather,
place.
I think, or no?
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow.
Okay, for Thanksgiving.
yeah, for Thanksgiving.
That's nice.
What was your perception of the U.S. like before you lived there, and then how did it change once you lived in New York?
Good. Yeah, this is a very good question.
Well, my perception was of holidays, because I went on holiday there, and also, of course, of movies. It's a beautiful country, that people are super nice and work hard. And what I realized when I was living there is that they definitely do work hard, and sometimes
Okay.
like even harder than people work here in the Netherlands. Like they have 3 jobs sometimes to support themselves. So that was something that really surprised me, that like maybe sometimes life can be really hard there, harsh. Yeah.
A lot different than it looks in the movies.
Yeah, in the
and
movies
TV
everything's
shows.
perfect.
Definitely, yes, yeah.
Did that
real life is very
experience make
different.
you appreciate more the social services that are here in the Netherlands?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came from a documentary from the ITVA, and it does say like, okay, every country has its corruption or things that are not going well, but mainly you feel quite safe here if you lose a job, you have a support system. If you're not able to work, you have a support system, and it doesn't feel like you have that there. So
Yeah, I can concur that we don't really
Yeah.
have much of a support system there. That's why I spend most of my time in Europe, even though I'm not part of the tax system and the healthcare system. I just feel safer here.
Yeah.
Did you feel like
That's
the
no
U.S. has
surprise.
gotten less safe when you were there compared to Europe? Did you feel like it was dangerous at all?
No, not really. I mean, you have to be careful everywhere you go. And a week before, I think, or maybe a month before I went to the States, some person stole my bag from me, like ripped it off right in front of my house. So I mean,
Like
in the States,
pickpocketers.
nothing happened. So it's just, it's just a
Yeah.
matter of being careful. So I don't feel,
Is it like a
I
good draw?
didn't feel unsafe there. No.
Do you plan on living in any other countries in the nearby future?
Not at the moment. I'm happy in Utrecht
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
What?
How long are you staying here?
I've been here for about a month,
Okay.
and then I go back for Thanksgiving, and then we'll probably come back in the spring.
Okay.
When the weather is nicer.
What advice would you have for people that are thinking of living in another country, but they're a little bit intimidated, let's say, or uncertain about it?
Take it one day at a time. When you arrive, you feel you might feel lonely and misunderstood, but it does take some time. And if you
To get
are
used to it,
open
yes.
to experiencing new people and new culture, then it might even surprise you and enrich your life. So yeah.
That's nice. That's a beautiful
Well,
message.
thank you so much, Davina.
What are you using this for?
My YouTube channel is called Traveling with Kristen, and it's
okay.
a lot about culture and living
Okay.
abroad. What's your name?
I'm Sasha
And where are you from in Belgium?
from Brussels.
Oh, it's from
Oh, okay.
Belgium.
And are you just visiting Amsterdam?
Yeah, we are just here for a trip of a weekend. So it's
I
a
love
cool
a
city.
weekend trip to the Netherlands.
Have you ever been to the U.S. before?
Long time ago. So like when I was 10 years old.
Oh, okay. What would you say that the perception is among Europeans about the U.S. right now?
I don't really know because when I was in the US, I was so young that I don't really remember what is life and what is
Yeah.
the difference.
He just remembers little
between
things,
there and here.
Right.
probably.
What would you say are like the biggest differences between the lifestyle of Europeans versus Americans?
Chill.
It's more
I think
chill here.
Where-
Europeans are more
Oh,
chill
here.
Yeah.
than Americans. That's my point of
They're
view.
very stressed.
Yeah, I would agree. I think
Okay.
the lifestyle is more relaxed here than the US. What are some of the best benefits of being from a country like Belgium? What kind of like social services do you guys
Yeah.
have?
The social security is really cool, and the price of university also, because
It's cheap.
it's the same amount for everybody.
Oh.
And it's like an acceptable amount regarding America or UK or other country.
Yeah.
Even the Netherlands.
Why should people visit Belgium?
Because Belgium is beautiful, there is good beers
waffles,
there,
the
more
fries.
than 1,000
Oh, I love
beers.
it. I didn't know that it
There
had
is
like a lot
a
of
lot
beer.
of beautiful city, also other than Brussels, like Ghent, Liège, Antwerp. And Brussels is also the capital of Europe, so there is
Yeah.
a lot of tourism
Very
and a
old.
lot of things to do. With friends, we go out all week to dance and
Oh my
do
God,
some things.
A very active
Yeah.
lifestyle.
I've been to Ghent and Bruges, but not Brussels yet, or Antwerp. So I'll have to go. Yeah, what do people like to do there on the weekends? What is like a typical of the culture there?
Party, meet friends, and just go drink.
Oh
and
my
then,
God, okay.
Dance.
Awesome. So who has better French fries, Belgium or the Netherlands?
Belgium. Brussels French fries are the best one.
That was a trick
Of course,
question.
yeah, of course you're gonna say
All right,
that.
well, thank you so much. Have a great
You're
Sunday.
welcome. Thank you also for the interview. Bye.
What is your name?
My name's Lois.
And where are you from originally?
I am from Haarlem, a small town next to Amsterdam.
Like Harlem, New
I
York.
haven't been there yet, but it's on my list.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you should. It's really nice.
And are you just hanging out here for the weekend?
No, I just came from work. I'm working at the theater Carré.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
And the ITVA is there right now. So I've been working there.
What would you say is the attitude towards like American tourists, for example, who are coming to Amsterdam? Is
would
it
expect
very
they're-
welcoming, or
Yeah, I
are
would
there any
expect they're welcoming.
stereotypes that people have here?
Oh, I think that's a good question. I think the stereotype of tourists in Amsterdam is that they go to a lot of coffee shops.
Yeah.
I've been
Those are
traveling
the
a lot
not
myself
coffee?
last year, and everyone was saying to me, "Oh, you're from Amsterdam. Well, you must go to the coffee shop a lot." But that's not the case.
Yeah.
But I think some people in Amsterdam are a little bit fed up with tourists, but other people, I think especially younger people, are finding it really cool and interesting and are really well.
I have to say it's probably because they're younger, they haven't experienced like, oh, it's so nice. But people, I would think, like older people are so jaded by the tourists, and they're like, talk to me in like 20 years when you've been dealing with them for like 30 years. I don't know, something of the sort.
Welcoming also the American tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to the U.S. before?
I have, yeah. I've been to New York twice.
Oh, everyone's been to
Everyone's
New
been
York.
to New York. Yeah.
I guess it is a popular place.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
Makes
it
sense.
is, and it is, and it's also for on the good side for us, because otherwise it's a lot more
Oh, of course, yeah,
traveling.
because
Yeah,
on the East
yeah.
Coast.
Yeah.
And how did you like New York? What was your perception of the vibe there and the energy?
Very good, actually. Yeah, very alive and very big and busy.
New York
but I
is a
really
beautiful
liked
place.
it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Did your experience there match kind of your preconception of the US before you went there from
No.
TV and movies, or was it different?
No, it matched my perception. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Everyone was very nice and welcoming, I think. But maybe New York
They get
is
a bad
not
rap,
really
but it's true.
a good representation of the whole of US.
Of
I'm
course.
not sure if that's correct, but
No, it is.
Yeah, like it is and it isn't, because it has so many people there, but also it's very unique compared to the
Yes.
other cities. So it's like
It's very
everyone's
different from other
represented,
places.
but then because of that, it's very unique
Yeah.
as well.
all right.
Could you see yourself ever living in the US someday, or do you prefer the lifestyle here?
I prefer the lifestyle here. Yeah. I think
What
for
kind of
me
things
it's a
would you
bit too
prefer?
far away from home. And I actually prefer Latin America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about
She's lived in a lot of
Latin
places as well.
Well, last year I traveled through Central America, and I really like the vibe there, and like the salsa dancing and the music and the nice weather, and the people are very nice. So I think it's more like a summer vibe.
Yeah, I don't think you get a
so
winter.
like Central America, Latin America has my preference.
Yeah. I used to live in Costa Rica, so I can relate.
Oh my gosh, she's also lived in so many places.
Yeah, then you know. Yeah, then you know.
A lot of people ask me because I'm from Florida too, and I lived in Costa Rica. They're
It's
like,
similar,
"Why
I
would you
think.
come here?" Because it's so cold and it's so rainy. But I really like the lifestyle here. I think it's very like laid back and very welcoming and very safe as well. What would you say are your favorite things about living in the Netherlands and being from here?
Well, what I really like is that it's diverse. So I really like the beach, but I also like nature.
Very different beaches from Central America.
Like the forest is more in the east part of the country. I like that it has many possibilities for a job, for example.
Oh, you
My
have a-
family
you have
is living
opportunities.
here, so Haarlem is really a nice place for me to have a bit of both worlds. It's kind of small, but I'm in Amsterdam in like 20 minutes, and I'm at the
Yeah.
beach in like 20 minutes.
It's
so,
perfect then.
yeah, I like the diversity of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would change or like want to improve about your country?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it can be more equal, so that we are really welcoming everyone, and that the amount of money that people are making is a little bit more equal, because
There's a lot of
we are
discrepancy.
earning a lot of money in the Netherlands. I think it's a very wealthy country, but still there's a lot of people living on the streets, for example,
Ooh.
or small
That surprises
families
me.
with kids that have a lot of issues. And
I didn't know that.
I think it's good to spend a little bit more attention to those people as well.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
people in need.
And one last question. Do you think that it's possible for people from the US and other countries to fully integrate here into Dutch society? Or do you think there's always like a line between like locals and Dutch speakers versus foreigners who speak English?
They
I
can learn
think it
Dutch.
really depends on where you go as
Okay.
when you come to live here. But I think in the beginning it's kind of hard. Yeah,
As in every place
a lot
where
of
you're
people in
moving.
the Netherlands speak English or American, but I think to really integrate,
You need
it's
to learn
kinda
the
hard.
language.
Yeah.
Because I think like when I was traveling last year, I was in Central America, and everyone was together. So it really didn't matter where you came from. Everyone was
Oh,
together.
it was more
And I think when you come to the Netherlands, you are a bit more
your
apart
own?
from the Dutch people. The Dutch people are more together. They stick
Yeah.
together. Yeah, it's easier, to speak your own language.
I think the language is a big part of it.
So I can imagine it could be a little bit hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
once you meet the right people and you come to
Form
the
a
right
community.
places,
Yeah.
I think especially in Amsterdam, then it will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I always feel bad when I'm the only one who doesn't speak Dutch, but any Dutch words that we should know besides lekker?
What's like
Yeah, lekker is a very good one.
Is it like No. Oh,
What's that?
what's
Leuk
that?
is nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
everyone says, "Oh, leuk."
Okay, I'm gonna start
like good?
hearing it
Like
everywhere
cool?
now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's
thank
a
you
good
so
word.
much.
You're welcome.
Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Good luck.
Bye. Well, everyone was really nice here. Thank you to all of the kind people who stopped to talk to me, standing out here like a crazy person on the sidewalk. I thought it was nice that
Even
they
though it's so
all
foggy,
thought
it's so beautiful.
positively and highly of Americans and of
Yeah,
our country.
they're very
And
positive.
even that they had a lot of empathy for really the reality of living in the US and how difficult that can be and how hard we work. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and I have lots more videos over here talking to locals in Dublin, Ireland, and Belfast.
Okay.
Just ask you a couple quick questions. Oh, okay, no problem. Do you guys live here?
Oh, okay. They said
But
no.
that's okay. Oh, you can
oh, I'm surprised that people said like no. Why would they say that? Well, maybe they were busy. This was quite interesting. I have to say, like, I didn't know. I don't know why I don't know, maybe it was, I'm being very innocent about it, but I thought that everyone that she, interviewed was like, they were only like the only ones that she actually like talked to, because everyone on the street was like, yeah, sure, like I'll talk to you. I understand the ones saying no because maybe they're tourists and they're like, no, I don't really, I don't really live there. I don't really have a lot to say. Although I think I would love to listen to the perspective of someone that's not Dutch. Then maybe the others are like, we don't really speak English. I don't know, like, whatever. But I was like, oh, I thought everyone that she asked, like, said, yes, of course I'll talk to you. Because you're seeing, like, it's an interview. I don't know, but maybe they were busy, whatever. So this is very interesting to me. I think I was expecting a little bit of, like, the wars. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna, like, destroy American people. They're gonna be like, oh no, all the cliches and all, like, probably, like, negative stereotypes or negative things. But no, I think everyone like spoke very highly of the country, and even if they're not speaking like they weren't like super positive, like it was just like it wasn't about the people. Maybe it was just about like the circumstances and not just the actual people. It's I think it's a different thing to say like, oh, maybe they're going through a hard time, or I don't know, like there's been a shift in the culture and how people think. I think it's a bit different from you to that. And to say something like, I don't know, Americans are lazy. I don't know, to put an example. So I think it's a bit of like, one's just like a generalization of like, okay, maybe not that. But the other, I think it's more thoughtful and more of a, maybe it's just the circumstances that I've observed. And I think it depends on like a lot of factors. So I do like the fact that I think everyone was actually like that. Everyone's like, no, it's like even if they think like obviously the culture is going to be like very different and the lifestyle is going to be different because it's to be expected. Like it's a different continent, it's a different I was going to say city, but no, it's a different country. Like it's a different country and it's a different continent. Of course, like people are going to be thinking differently. Not everyone's going to be like you're used to like a certain lifestyle or a certain like way of thinking. And of course, yes, it's going to change because they're not where you grew up or what you're used to. So it is kind of like, it's normal. I do think most of them were like, it's even like, it's funny because they were like, I think it's more like it's strict over there. They're a little bit more conservative about a lot of things. And I think especially coming from a place like the Netherlands, of course, I can understand their thinking. Like, I think people here lead maybe like a freer lifestyle. I don't know if free is the right term, but it's more liberal maybe. And of course, they're going to be thinking that because I think the Netherlands, it tends to be like a pretty liberal country in general with like in terms of like rights and lifestyle and laws. So it is, of course, they're going to be thinking like, wow, that's so strict how they lived over there. But at the same time, and I think maybe that goes a little bit hand in hand with the whole like, oh, I think people are way more chill over here. Like they are more, I think in the United States, people are a little bit more like stressed because they're like constantly working and they have to have like 3 jobs to support themselves. And it's all like a very like, again, you have to like work and the whole mindset is obviously, what kind of job and, I'm not earning enough money or stuff like that. And I think in like they said in the Netherlands, I think everyone's a little bit more chill about a lot of things. And of course that depends on like a lot of factors, not just like, the economy, like again, the lifestyle, obviously all the social like helps that they have, the support that probably like the government can give you. Obviously those are factors that obviously are gonna interfere with like how chilled you probably are when it comes to those things. But I do think it was very interesting, that part, the whole like safety part. I think it was funny that she was like, one thing was the girl from Utrecht was like, no, I actually got mugged here. Like it was mugged. Yes. Like someone like a pickpocketer basically just like grabbed her backpack, and she was like, no, in the United States. So she said like, people are constantly asking me like, oh, is it safe? And most people that she interviewed were like, no, I don't think it's like more safe in general. But I think maybe the one from the example of the backpack was like a bad example, because I think there's pickpocketers like everywhere. Although I do think that they are probably more common in Europe just because it's more like a touristy place. And I think pickpocketers are very much like, they are very like in tourist like hunting grounds because they say they think it's like easy prey, and probably it's because of that. But I think someone like grabbing your backpack or your purse, like I think maybe again it's a little bit more common in Europe. I don't think, and maybe in some places in the US, again probably like New York, but it's more of like, again, very touristy places. Like, I don't think like in the Midwest that's gonna happen because it's like, no, I don't think, I hardly doubt that someone's gonna get like pickpocketed in the middle of, I don't know, Indiana, or I don't know. But I'm finding it a little bit hard to believe. It's also like very, like, it's so funny to me that everyone, I think everyone actually was like, oh, the place that I bet, or all of them had been in the US, and it's like they all went to New York, which is like, yes, of course, it's funny if you think about it. It's like, okay, everyone's been to New York, but it's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't they? It's like, it's probably the most like famous like city in the US. Not just because of the whole cultural thing of like it's been represented in like so many films and in so many like shows and in culture, in books, and it's everything. So I think everyone, like, if you're thinking of, oh, I want to go visit, the United States, probably you're going to be thinking, well, I'm going to go to New York. It's like when you're thinking about France, you want to go to Paris. When you're thinking about, going to England, you're thinking about London. Like, it does make a little bit sense, even though New York is not the capital, but it is probably like the most famous like place, or one of the most famous places in famous cities in the US. So it isn't like, yes, everyone's been to New York at least once in their lives. Everyone loves it. Of course, it's a gorgeous city. I think it's funny that one of them was like, no, I don't think it was that different from how it is portrayed in the culture and in the media. I kind of disagree a little bit with that. I think, it is, I think it's a difference, obviously, because it's all very glossy, like in especially like in shows and I don't know, in stuff like that. I think it's very, I don't know, it's not that they make you believe something that it isn't, because yes, New York is, again, it's a gorgeous place. And yes, people tend to do like a very fast-paced lifestyle, but I think there are some New Yorkers get a bad rap from being like, oh, they're very like, they don't like tourists, which, sort of, yes, that can be argued, but I think it's more about, they're very rude. I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's just like in the US or people somewhere else, like also think about this. They think, oh, New Yorkers, like they're super rude. I don't think they are, actually. It's more of a like, well, yes, they're very, I think they have probably a low tolerance for tourists, but especially like if you're like in Times Square or people are trying to go around their day, like of course they're going to be annoyed if you're just like standing in the middle of the sidewalk taking pictures, because they're like, can you please move around? Like, I need to go to work. But it's not just that. I think again, it's more about like you're thinking maybe it's a bit like a high pace, like super fast-paced like lifestyle, or everything's open like to so very late. Like, I don't think it's like that, actually. I think most bars close at like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Like, it's not like, oh, the city that never sleeps. I don't think it's like that quite as much. At least that's what that's just my personal opinion. So I think like they make you believe that it's just like, oh, the city that never sleeps. It's like, a little bit, yes, you're going to be finding people everywhere, probably 24 hours a day, but it's like close. The place is actually like closed quite what I would think is a little bit earlier to what I've been probably like sold if I didn't really know how it works. I don't know. But again, that's just like my opinion. But yes, this was a very like pleasant, I think, surprise. And I think a lot of people, I think the only thing I would love to have seen was for her to ask an actual immigrant, like how, because she asked them, like, do you think it's actually like, that the Netherlands in general is a good place, but maybe not a good place. Like, do you think that you can just, like, an immigrant can get like fully integrated into this culture? And all of them were saying, well, I think it just depends. Obviously, if you're coming from like a totally opposite, different culture, like a different country, he said, like for instance, like Asia or Africa. Like, yes, of course, those countries like lead, like they have, like, there's a lot of cultural differences. Of course, they're going to have like a harder time adjusting to how people live in the Netherlands from, if you compare it to, I don't know, someone from a German or, a Swiss, because they're going to have like a bit of a framework that's going to be a little bit similar. And even though, of course, there are differences, I think it's going to be obviously a little bit easier to adapt. And they were, one of them was saying that, other was like, yeah, I think there can be like welcoming, I think, which is good, because I would think, I think the Netherlands have a reputation for also being a little bit colder and maybe not as welcoming. Like it's a tourist, I would think like they're gonna be super welcoming, like, yes, of course, because that they know that, again, you're just visiting. But if someone comes and like, no, I'm moving here, maybe they're just a little bit colder in general. It's not that they actually want to be colder to you or want to be like, they want to be mean. No, it's just like their nature is a little bit colder. Maybe you're expecting like a more welcoming situation, but it's just like that's not really how they do things. So I'm glad that they were like, yeah, for the most part, I think they are, which I'm like, that's good, because I would have thought otherwise. But I do have to mention the thing about the language barrier. Like, even though you probably don't need it, because like they said, everyone speaks English, I think if you're planning on staying like long term, again, not just visiting, that you're actually like planning on moving there for at least for a few years, or you're moving like, no, I'm staying here, it's my forever home here. I think you need to learn, Dutch at some point, because again, it like at the beginning, like earlier on, I think probably people are not going to give you like that much of a hard time, because it's like, well, you're new here. But once you've been living there and you're planning on staying, like, it's going to make it so much easier to integrate. I think language is such a like big part of a culture, and how a culture and how people talk and how people communicate, like that's such a like huge part of creating like bonds with people. So I don't think, like, even though it's like, yeah, I can get around, I can make friends, and it's like, yes, I can communicate very, very well. Yes, but at some point, again, if you want to stay there, I am a firm believer that you're going to have to learn whatever language that you are, if you're there, you're going to have to learn it. Because again, that's going to make it easier to form relationships and to actually understand how they do things, how they work, and how the lifestyle is, and again, why people are the way they are. I think that's such an important part, and language is such a big part of it all, that if you're staying there, I think you're gonna have to learn it at some point. But yes, it's like, yes, it's good that at the beginning, like, you can get around with English. But again, if you're planning on staying, please learn Dutch. It's gonna make your life easier, I promise you. And again, people are gonna be probably nicer to you if they know that there's like an actual effort on your part of actually trying to understand the culture and learning the language. I think that's always very welcome. It's always like a welcome situation. If you're like, you're trying to learn Dutch. Well, yes, of course, we're gonna help you along. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.